what was the reason you wanted to be a science fiction author?
Well, it was participating in the dialogue. I mean, the thing that I loved about science fiction as a
No
child.
5-year-old or 12-year-old says, I want to participate in the dialogue.
Oh yeah, no. Look, I was. Well, look, I may not have said that sentence, but that was what the intent
Mom,
was.
Dad, I would like to contribute to the discussion of the betterment of humankind through my works of science fiction.
Look, to give you a sense, here I'll tell you a funny anecdote from 12. Um, so I was actually intensely into fantasy role playing games. I
Yeah.
started when I was 8 because my dad hired a babysitter who introduced me to Dungeons and Dragons, and then was surprised by the next day when I was talking to him. Was like, "Could you go out on dates more often?" Right? And so when I got to 12, I was talking to some of my friends at school, and one of them said, "Hey, there's this fantasy role playing game company called the Chaosium, which
Mhm.
publishes a game called RuneQuest that is like the next block over from my house." And so I literally walked down there, walked into the office, and started trying to like get in the action because it was kind of
Yeah.
like how do I participate in this making of fantasy role playing games and doing stuff. And I remember the really irritated look that the editor in chief was like, "Who the like? It's our customers, so we kind of can't kick them out brutally. Like, how
Right.
the fuck do we get rid of this kid?" And so what he did, and it was only years later when I realized what that look meant. It was like at the time it was like, I'm here, and he handed me a scenario pack, which is kind of what they give to the person who's leading the game adventure, the game master,
Right.
dungeon master, do
Right.
stuff. He said, "We're working on this. Go look at this, and then come back." And I think he thought, "Okay, this kid will never come back because like I've given the kid work." Being the obsessive kid that I was, this was I think Friday afternoon. I came back Monday afternoon with the entire thing like redlined. But like I'd worked through it. I was like, this part doesn't work. You need a character here, because I just worked the entire weekend
Right.
on this
Right.
thing. And I no, I did know when I handed it to him, he's like, "Oh God, that didn't work." And then he started looking at it and went, "I need to pay you for this because like I want to use this, so I'm going to write you a check." And so it was my actually first ever job for payment, but it was that same kind of participate in the dialogue,
Yeah.
be kind of part of what is being created. And that was that's the reason why like that as a science fiction author, which I may still at some point try to get some science fiction created.